We are back here at Smallwood Dam, probably about 100 feet in altitude, flying towards the southwest. You can see the structure is now built over the top of the low-level outlet that is right there in front of the crane. We'll start dropping here in altitude in a little while. You can see they have the barge in place. They have Spillway 1 opened up there so that Coffer Dam is no longer stopping water from flowing through that spillway, and now they are fully working on the second spillway. A lot of that water, actually all of the water at this time, is passing through the low level outlet on the right hand side of the screen. So right there where that grading is, that is where all of the flows from the Tittabawassee River are passing through this dam currently. We'll keep going down the earthen embankment. Can still see that they have the holes right there for the siphon tubes. If they are needing to use those, I don't think there is a purpose to need those now that the low level outlet is operational. Looks like a lot of clearing of the lake bed has happened over here, bottom left of the screen. Not sure if this was from Four Lakes Task Force or property owners. It looks like it was from some of the property owners right here because they stopped and left this little area over here uncut. We'll take a closer look at them. See, a lot of these are just cottonwood and willow trees. Heights are at least 10 feet, some 15, 20 feet tall. So these you can obviously see will need to be removed before the lake is refilled, as they will still be sticking out the top of the water when this is at full pool again. If they don't get removed, then you will have, trees and brush sticking out above the water, which could happen in some areas. Those trees will eventually die and get drowned out, die, decompose, probably add to a high nutrient level in this water. Flying down the spillway here, this is the emergency auxiliary spillway. It's been complete for a while. The access road right here to go ahead and access the front side of the dam. We'll keep flying downriver. You can see they have this silt fence down here, keeping any turbidity or any, erosion that might be happening in the water so that it does not end up going downriver. Don't see any at this time though. Nice fall colors here in Michigan. Really picturesque scene right there. The time of me filming this voiceover, it's gotten a lot colder. Pretty much all the leaves are now off of the trees and have fallen down. Again, can see that water passing through left hand side of the screen through the low level outlet. Emergency spillways over there on the right hand side. Spillway 1 and 2 being worked on, and this structure right above the low level outlet that has now been built. You were able to see that from the live camera be built. If you haven't, make sure you're checking and keeping an eye on those live cameras. There is one on every single one of these dams, and you can go ahead and see them 24/7. So a lot of work that's happening down there at Sanford Dam is actually happening overnight and on the weekends. So you can tune in there at any time of the night too and see the work that's going on there at nighttime. Doing a lot of that roller compacted concrete. So it's exciting to see all of the work happening here, as well as a ton of work. A lot of work happening at Edenville Dam. So make sure you check that live camera. That will be the next video that I will go ahead and edit and post for you guys. But yeah, I'm just really impressed at how quickly, how much work, and how rapidly these dams are progressing now at this stage. Again, we can see over here the work area on the right hand side of the screen where they're working on Spillway 1 and 2. Looks like Spillway 1 is pretty well complete. Still need to add the gate over there. See this box structure on the bottom left hand side of the screen? Looks like that might be used for these baffle blocks that they have the rebar formed right there at the bottom of the screen. I'm guessing those structure goes around there, and then they're able to pour in the concrete and form those baffle blocks with that. You can see all this rebar here, building these steps. Wall over on the right hand side of the screen has been completely removed. Looks like they opted to tear out the old crumbling wall instead of pouring a sister wall alongside of it. So this will be a brand new retaining wall that's poured over here on the right hand side of the screen. We'll get another view of that closely. But again, a lot of rebar here. You can see the forms that are going in place. Getting ready to go ahead and pour those last couple of steps to form the rest of the cement portion of the spillways. Then the gates will go ahead and get installed on top of here. Those will no longer be Tainer gates anymore. They will be crest gates, so the water will be flowing over the top of them, not passing underneath any further. Again, left hand side of the screen, you can see dewatered. And again, they're using, looks like some cofferdams in this area. If we go around the other side, looks like they also have some stop logs in place on Spillway 1, keeping the water flowing through over there. Looks like they might have a drill here on tracks, going ahead drilling through that concrete, anchoring it down so that, it doesn't float up if their water ends up going underneath that cement structure on the bottom. Fly around this side of the retaining wall. See how that all nice new concrete being poured looks. And the last little portion of the wall that they have yet to finish pouring again and complete. At the very top middle of the screen, you can see that old grate. That used to be the access. You used to be able to go down through into there. There was a stairway, a ladder that you could go down and end up inside of the old spillways. They were hollow on the interior. You used to be able to go right on the inside of them. Was never able to get in there and see that, but on the Tobacco River Dam, when work initially started there, they had them opened up, cut open. I was able to walk inside of them when they were working on them. That was many, many years ago now. Just look at how far we've came, but these spillways will no longer be hollow anymore. They'll be completely solid concrete. Coming over here, again, right-hand side of the screen, auxiliary emergency spillway, some baffle blocks, and the lake bed out here that has been cleared in the middle of the screen. Getting some nice fall colors in the background facing towards the east now, probably only about 50 feet in altitude. If you want to go ahead and know what equipment that I'm using, check the description down below. I have links to Amazon, and if you go ahead and click any of those Amazon affiliate links and purchase anything, within 24 hours they kick a small portion of their proceeds back to the channel. So that helps a lot, as well as if you want to go ahead and contribute either through PayPal, or there's a link for coffee down below. That's another great way to send donations for either a drink or a tank of gas. Pretty interesting checking out the low-level outlet in these grates where all that water is passing through right now. Again, Spillway 1, we can see the stop logs in place, keeping water from flowing through there. And next to here, over on the left-hand side, that cofferdam that's in place right here in front of the barge. Nice view downriver. Right above the water, probably only about 5-10 feet in altitude. We'll go ahead and fly across this barge. We'll peek around the other corner. And then we'll see the concrete spillways being worked on from this perspective. So this is the upstream portion of the dam, which would be the back of the dam. You can see a lot of steel I-beams or H-beams here, keeping that cofferdam nice and rigid, while these guys from Fisher Contracting, there's probably also some engineers here from Spicer, are going ahead finishing the forms for the last little bit of the concrete spillways that yet need to be poured. A lot of progress happening here. It's pretty amazing to see how far these dams have came, and to know that next year there will be water filling in quite a few of these lakes. We'll climb all the way up here to 400 feet in altitude, see what things look like from the bird's eye perspective. This is the legal height that I'm able to get up to and fly the drone. You can see the crane over there on the right hand side that was lifting in that concrete form. The old substation, right hand side of the screen, not much left there. At the very end of the video, we'll pass by the job site and see what materials are still staged over there in the staging area in the bottom right hand side of the screen that's disappearing now. But up here, 400 feet in altitude now, you can see the whole site, the entire dam, emergency spillway, the spillways themselves, the low level outlet. We'll start dropping from 400 feet in altitude now, come over the top of the dam, and then, like I said, we'll fly over there to the job site in the top left hand side of the screen and check out what materials are left here on site to go ahead, get this dam in a little bit more complete state. But I think you guys will be surprised by the next video on Edenville Dam with how much things have changed in a very short period of time. If you even go check out that live camera right now, I think you guys will be impressed. And checking out the top of the crane, some nice fall colors there in the background in Michigan. We'll start dropping in altitude a little bit more here. Guessing we're probably about 150 to 200 feet in altitude. Must be the height of that crane. It's like a lot of rebar here in the middle of the screen. Getting ready to form the rest and last little bit of those spillways. You can see all the different components that are used for that. A couple concrete forms on the left hand side of the screen. Looks like they have a mini excavator here. All the way up there in the top left are the stainless steel, you can kind of see they're like concave structures. Those are what will go ahead and protect the concrete on the spillways and from all those ice flows. And the bottom right hand side of the screen was some of the gate components. So those will be used shortly to go ahead and get those gates ready to be installed. So if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you go down below, hit that like button, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and leave any questions and comments you have down below. I appreciate everyone from watching, and until the next one, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching, and make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Also, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next videos I will be posting, and leave your questions, comments, and suggestions below. As always, I just want to give a massive thanks to the people who support me on Patreon. Never underestimate the value of your contribution to keeping this channel going. Thank you.